I am going to be reading Half-Blood Prince today. Oh no. Hi guys, it's Julie with an I here. Welcome back to my channel, and I can't believe that we are on part 2 of reading the Harry Potter series for the first time. I'm gonna be reading Order of the Pheonix, the 5th book in the series overall. Last time that I was with you guys, I just finished Goblet of Fire. It's been about a week since I had finished Goblet of Fire. So far, I'm really liking the Harry Potter series. The one that I liked the most was Goblet of Fire, actually. I don't really remember much of this movie other than the fact that I know the terrible ending and I'm really scared to get to that part. I don't really remember liking it or disliking it. I just kind of remember it being like a thing. If you're a subscriber to my channel, you know that I binge watched the entire Harry Potter movie series like all in a row. Therefore, it was kind of, you know, blending together. Hopefully this one will leave more of an impression in my mind, and they usually do when it's a book because obviously it's more detailed, you're concentrating more, you can't really like zone off when you're reading a book. And in case you're wondering what I'm going to be doing while reading this book, because I can't ever do one thing at once, we're going to be listening to Taylor Swift.
I've lost something along the way.
Guys, I've been reading for a minute and there's a groundhog over there and a bunny over there, and the groundhog just came out, saw the bunny, and like took off. I have to show you this bunny. It's so cute. So cute. Hi, baby. He's just chilling, living his life, and I kind of love it. So it's a couple of hours later. I read the first 100 pages of the Order of Pheonix. Right off the bat, what I'm noticing is that there's a lot more tension described in the books than there was in the movie. The movie was still tense because Voldemort was back and the Order was put together to try to stop him. But in the books, Harry is like bitter and pissed that they like froze him out for a month. Sirius is just upset because he really can't go anywhere and he feels useless in the Order. Him and Molly are arguing about who's in charge of parenting Harry and who can make decisions for him, because Molly thinks that he's being raised too quickly and Sirius is like he has a right to know what's going on considering that Voldemort wants to kill him. Ginny has already been mentioned more times in the first 100 pages than she has in the entire series. I feel like they're really trying to give her a glow up in this one because they mentioned how like her hexes are super powerful. She's not really like stuttering in front of Harry anymore. She's like a little bit more grown up and a little less starstruck by Harry. So I like that development personally because I do know that they end up together. So it's like finally she's acting like a human being. That's what I've noticed in the first 100 pages. It's pretty good. Like I flew through it pretty quickly. The only reason it took me a couple hours is because obviously I'm watching stuff for and like I was TikToking for a little bit. One thing I did realize and I totally forgot to bring up at the beginning, this is the longest book in the series. 870 pages. Fantastic. So hoping it won't take me too long, but 800 pages, goddamn. I don't think I've ever read a book longer than this one. I'm gonna be honest. I think this is the longest book I'm going to read. So it's the next day today. I'm back at reading Order of Pheonix. I only got to page 120 last night because I got super distracted, of course. I told you guys I was watching Steph 4, which got me down a rabbit hole into my next YouTube video idea, which is reading all summer reads. Then I started ordering those books. Basically, I got super distracted and didn't really get into reading last night, but that is going to change. My parents are going to come home in the next 2 hours so we can celebrate Mother's Day. They were away for the weekend, so for the next 2 hours I'm going to dedicate myself to Order of Pheonix and make sure that I get more into the book. Like I said before, she hefty. We got to make a dent in it today. Look where we're at. I totally forgot how nice it is to like read outside with a good book. Like my backyard is like one of my favorite places in the world. It just makes me feel so comfortable. It's early May, there's like a nice breeze, and I can't wait until it's like midsummer when the pool's open and we have a hammock that goes right over there next to the pool, and my favorite thing was to lay in it and read with the pond going, and it was just therapy dupe. Okay, I just got to the part where Harry has been cleared of all charges by the Ministry of Magic. Not to their credit or anything, but because Dumbledore is awesome and also the fact that he had a witness. But I also just read the part where there's a Bogart in Sirius's house and Mrs. Weasley tries to dispose of it, and it starts showing her all of her children and Harry like dead. I am just so saddened by that fact because Mrs. Weasley is so lovely and so nice, and she's saying like it's not just the Bogart, like she sees them dead all the time because she knows that Voldemort is back. That's so incredibly sad. She's such a sweet woman, and the fact that like at the end of this one of her children is gonna be dead, the fact that like she even envisioned Harry who she sees as one of her children. Like, she's an awesome lady. On a much lighter, on a much lovelier note, I just got to the part about Luna Lovegood. I love Luna. I think her character is so sweet, so quirky, so funny. I'm really glad that I got to her chapter, and I'm on page 179 now. You probably can't tell by my camera, but it's getting pretty dark out. It is 8 p.m., so I'm about to eat dinner, but I got to page 200. I think it's really funny. I just read the line where Luna goes,
"Don't worry, you're just as sane as I am."
After she's like mumbling to herself and cackling, and like, I just think she's iconic. I love it. So far, it's been pretty good. 1/4 of the way done. It's so very human that the main conflict in this book is not how to deal with Voldemort. It's whether or not he's back and how people want to be ignorant towards it. I think that is so very poignant and still something that we deal with in society today, and I freaking love it.
There is no sky for what you can't feed. It starts to die.
Day 3 of reading Harry Potter and the Order of Pheonix. I don't know why I'm being so slow. We're on page 210. So I'm gonna sit here for the next like hour until I have to pick up my sister, try to put a dent in it, and blast Taylor Swift, of course. I am on the last stretch of Harry Potter and the Order of Pheonix. I told my friend this, and honestly, I hope this analogy makes sense. Feels like I'm chewing on a very tough piece of steak for much too long. I'm crying for salmon or chicken or literally anything else just to get rid of this steak. It just feels like it's going on forever because I've been reading like 100-something pages a night for the last week and it's not done yet. I'm on page 640 out of 870, so like a little more than 200 pages left, which honestly, not bad. I'm not saying the content is bad, it's entertaining, especially right now because Dumbledore, he took the fall for Dumbledore's army that Harry, Hermione, and Ron had started, so he disappeared. Harry is trying to make sense of like the visions he's getting from the Dark Lord, and like he's working with Snape to learn basically how to like control letting Voldemort into his visions. So it's not bad content, it's just long. There's a lot of filler. Like, I don't care about Cho Chang crying over Cedric and being upset because Harry's friends with Hermione. Like, I don't care about that. I really like Ginny in this book, and maybe I'm biased because I know that they end up together, but Ginny in this book is great. She finally has a backbone. She's really good at spells. She's a seeker like Harry on the Quidditch team, and because he was kicked off, she took his spot. She really developed as a person just because she's older now. So that's what I'm trying to work through right now. Honestly, I read about 150 pages this morning. It went by pretty quickly. So I'm hoping the rest of the night I can finish this. I just read the part where Harry just saw a memory from Snape's point of view. One thing that I noticed, number one, was that James Potter was horrendous, but also Snape, I thought he was best friends with Lily. He called her a mudblood. Horrible. And then also, Lily hated James. Do I smell an enemies to lovers? Because you know I love that. That's a lot of different nuances that I did not know about, and I really like that. So it is well after midnight. I just finished the Order of Pheonix. I am so incredibly proud of myself because I really felt like this book was going on forever. I finished 870 pages, the biggest serotonin boost I've ever gotten by pressing. I finished this book on Goodreads. 3.5 stars. I thought that the last 200 pages was so good. Like, I went so quickly through the last chunk of the book than I did the beginning. There was a lot of action happening, like Dolores running into the centaurs, and then also the centaurs turning on Harry and Hermione, and then also like Ginny, Luna, Neville, Harry, Hermione going into the Ministry of Magic and being cornered by the Death Eaters. Like, that whole scene was so cool. The only part in the end that I really did not like was Dumbledore's monologue, where he's like talking to Harry and he's like, I should have told you this. I thought about telling you at 11. I thought about telling you at 12. I thought about telling you at 13. Like, we get the picture, just get to the story. It really pissed me off that he was like, an old man mistake, or Sirius died, and like that made me really sad. For Harry, I wasn't that attached to Sirius as a character. I thought he was pretty petulant, but just the fact that Harry had to lose another family member and another parental figure is just completely sad to me. I'm excited for things to get more into the Voldemort side of things, because before it was very much like Voldemort was kind of like an abstract idea, like he was kind of like a figure in the background that wasn't an active participant in the plot but more so talked about. I mean, they weren't even saying his name, they were saying he who must not be named. I can't believe that I only have 2 books left. I'm also super excited that Half-Blood Prince is only 630 pages. The fact that my bar is like so high now, my threshold for reading is so high, that I think that 630 pages is little. Good afternoon, guys. I don't think I've filmed anything yet of me reading the Half-Blood Prince. I'm on page 106. I've been pretty slow with this book just because all the functions in my brain are being put towards getting Taylor Swift tickets right now. And the reason I'm reading at my table instead of the couch is because I'm constantly refreshing Ticketmaster to see if I can get any regular price tickets. My vlog camera is over there charging, ready for me to talk about Taylor Swift, and we're over here with the main camera where I'm talking about Harry Potter. So all the kids are at the Burrow right now. They just got their owls back. Of course, Hermione got outstanding on like everything, but Harry's kind of spiraling because he's like, oh my god, I'm not gonna be an Auror. But I'm really excited for this book because it gives more into Draco and then more into Snape as well. Draco right now, of course, I only know this because of the movie, is set up to kill Dumbledore, but Snape gives the unbreakable vow to his mother that he's going to help him. But I'm really excited. This book is also shorter than the rest of the books. It's only 650 pages. We're gonna do some reading. I'll update you as I go along. Bye. So I know I've showed like 0 footage of me reading the Half-Blood Prince, but I am on page 546 out of 650 during all weekend, stalking Ticketmaster to try to get Taylor Swift concert tickets. Spoiler, I went. Go ahead and watch that vlog. Basically, to calm myself down in between refreshing Ticketmaster constantly to see if I could join the queue, I read Harry Potter and Half-Blood Prince. Honestly, like, I'm enjoying this a lot. Like, I think it went really fast, and I think that's partially because there's finally romance. You know my favorite genre. You know what it is. I love how slow burn Ron and Hermione are. Like, I just think it's awesome. I really like Harry and Ginny. They're finally together in this book. I think their development was much more natural in this book. Like, I felt like it was much more organic. They had a lot of like cutesy moments together. In the movie, it just felt like abrupt and it came out of nowhere. They're just together and they're reading the newspaper together and they're like going to the lake together and they're in school together. Like, they're just being cutesy, normal couple stuff. And I think that that's kind of what was missing from the movie. So I'm gonna read the last 100 pages so I can update you guys on what I think. I'm so excited to finish this. You know what's so annoying? He keeps badgering on about Snape to Dumbledore, and Dumbledore's like, how many times can I tell you that Snape is not a threat? It just kills me because Snape was so in love with his mother. He hates Voldemort for killing Lily. I just finished Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. This book was so good. I actually really liked it. I'm gonna give it 4.5 stars. I think this was awesome. It's just like a giant mess. And Harry broke up with Ginny because he's like, I don't want Lord Voldemort to go after you. And then we had the really cute moment between Tonks and Remus where she was like, I don't care, I love you. Kind of came out of left field a little bit, but I just thought it was so cute. I forgot that they were together in the movies. I remember, of course, that they died at the end, so. Also, I forgot that they have like a huge age gap. I think it's like 13 years, something about that just does it for me. Like, there's so much happened in the last like 100 pages. Basically, like, they had the funeral for Dumbledore, and then they're gonna go and have Bill and Fleur's wedding, and then Harry, Hermione, and Ron are going to go search for the Horcruxes. I can't believe we're on the last book of the Harry Potter series. I've been reading this series for 2 years now. So I started the first book on October 26, 2021. I'm not gonna start it tonight, I'm tired, but I'll probably start that tomorrow. Good night. I am a horrible vlogger because I am about 300 pages into Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. My initial thoughts, almost halfway there. We just got to the part where Ron abandoned the whole thing. He kind of lost it, partly because of the Horcrux on his neck, but also I think because of like built up resentment towards Harry and Hermione, like a lot of jealousy and like a lot of like pent up, I feel like, aggression and tension that they've been meaning to work out. Hermione is like distraught. Harry is just kind of like in shock that Ron left. I feel like he feels a lot of disappointment because, you know, like Dumbledore really didn't give him any ideas about what to do. Harry himself doesn't really have any ideas as well about what the next steps are, how to destroy the current Horcrux that they have and how to locate the rest of them. Also, Harry and Ginny, they're broken up currently. I highlighted one sentence in this book, and it was, after a while, Harry found himself taking it out to simply stare at Ginny's name in the girls' dormitory, wondering whether the intensity with which he gazed at it might break into her sleep, that she would somehow know he was thinking about her, hoping that she was all right. That's so cute. I really did grow fond of their relationship more than I thought, because in the movie I was utterly uninterested. I would definitely say that this book is keeping me entertained. I really want to know what's happening. There's just so much that I'm concerned about. Like, one couple that really surprised me that I fell in love with was Tonks and Remus. They're married now and they have a kid on the way. That couple like really snuck up on me, like how much I love them. It's like my side fixation. Like, I don't know why, like I just fixate on a certain couple, like usually a side couple. And this is my Harry Potter fixation, is Remus and Tonks. And the fact that I know that they die is just like, all of that's going on. And at the same time, like, I just feel bad for Harry because like they keep mentioning his age. Like, he just turned 17. 17 is legal age for wizards, and I just can't believe that all of this has happened to him from the ages of 11 to 17. So I just got to the part where Harry finds his parents' grave. Two things I noticed about his grave. Well, three. Number one, incredibly disheartening. The thoughts he's having in regards to his parents, like being below him, just sends chills like down my arms. Number two, his parents were only 21 years old. In the movie, the way they're portrayed, they look 30 something. They were babies when they died. And then on top of that, they died on Halloween. Lord Voldemort decided to kill them on Halloween, October 31st. Are you joking? Also, Harry does find Dumbledore's sister and his mom in the graveyard. And the whole time he's just like, wow, I guess it was of no importance to Dumbledore to let me know that like his entire family was also in the same place that my family died. I'm like, yeah, duh, because he didn't care about you. Why you playing me? You know that you fun with me. I just got to the part where Bellatrix is torturing Hermione, literally traumatizing. Ron and Harry are like screaming, they're like sobbing. Poor Hermione's like unconscious, and then they disapparate, and literally traumatizing. Dobby dies. I hate this part.
Kyrie, my book is so wet.
Okay.
She said okay.
It's later in the evening. I have just gotten ready for dinner. We stopped hanging out by the pool and we're gonna go get some hibachi. I did make a really good dent in it though. Currently on page 576, so less than 200 pages left. I want to keep reading so bad because they just got to the part where they just met Aberforth and they're about to go into Hogwarts Castle and fight against Snape. I'm dying to get to the part where like they finally confront Voldemort, because so far it's been like Harry and Voldemort on different sides of the country and like there's no interaction between them so far. But I'm also getting really sad because I just can't believe I'm getting to the conclusion of this 7-part series that I've been working on for 2 years.
Best quote in this entire chapter.
I just finished Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Number 1, I think I'm gonna give this 5 stars. I was addicted to this. I spent all day by the pool reading. I just think this was a great conclusion. Maybe I'm not being analytical enough, but I'm gonna go with my gut. I'm giving this a 5-star. And you know what? Is that this is not only the first 5-star of the series, it is also my first 5-star of 2023. This whole year, I have not found a 5-star book. Here it is. A couple of thoughts near the end because I was by the pool. I had music playing, like I couldn't really review as I was going. I'm gonna read you guys the best quote of this entire thing. And it goes, "Severus Snape wasn't yours," said Harry. "Snape was Dumbledore's. Dumbledore's from the moment you started hunting down my mother. And you never realized it because of the thing that you can't understand." referring to his love for Lily. The trope that like love is better than anything is like very overplayed and very, you know, overstated, I feel like, in movies and books and whatever. I've never seen it executed this well. Love is what really ruined Voldemort's plans each time. Love is what made him originally Harry Potter, the boy who lived. Love is what made Severus Snape turn against Voldemort. And then when Harry came back to life and Narcissa went to check on him, her love for Draco is what told her to say, Harry is dead. So it's like all of these examples of love are, you know, the things that made his plan flawed and he didn't even know it. Honestly, the chapter where I was reading like Severus's feelings, I'm a sucker for like unrequited love. He loved her his entire life. He loved her so much that he protected her son. There was just so many parts in the final battle scenes that like made it like full circle, and I don't know, I just loved it. I loved how they ended it with him ushering off his child named Albus Severus. James, you know, runs onto the train. Lily, their daughter, is with Ginny. And it still ends with Ron, Hermione, and Harry looking at their children as they go off to Hogwarts. Then this part, I love the ending line so much. It is so good. As Harry looked at her, he lowered his hand absent-mindedly and touched the lightning scar on his forehead. I know he will. The scar had not pained Harry for 19 years. All was well. We just finished the Harry Potter series and I had to collect myself. My ending thoughts are that I'm not upset that I read this. I think that going into this, I had already watched the movies, and so I was like, what is the purpose of reading this series? I kind of wanted to do it just to say I did, but to be honest, like, it was a good, fascinating read. Like, I understand that obviously this probably would have had a more of an impact on me if I grew with it and grew as a child with it. Obviously binge reading it is different than experiencing it in real time, but I still do not regret reading the series. Let me go through the books one by one. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I read this book first 2 years ago. I gave it 4 stars at the time, but now that I've read the rest of the series, I think I'm gonna deduct it. I'm gonna make it a 3.5. Look how small this is. It's just crazy seeing how big the books get. This is only like 300 pages. It was a good start. It was very brief. I think that it was a very good quick introduction to the series and to the universe. The next one is The Chamber of Secrets. This was my least favorite book, and that is in conjunction with the movie. I didn't like the movie either. I think that this was like a 3-star read. This book took me so long to read. I started it in 2021, did not finish it until 2022 because I was so uninterested. Third book is Prisoner of Azkaban. I really liked this book. I rated it 3.5 stars. I love the plot of this with the time turner and with Sirius and Buckbeak. I really like the way that all of those things melded together. I love this movie, so this one is up there as one of my favorites. This thick fella is Goblet of Fire. This one was where my reading really ramped up, where I started to get so invested in the series. I feel like books 4 through 7, I finished way quicker than books 1 through 3. I started to get super into it because this is my favorite movie. I rated this book 4 stars. I loved it because of the ending. Voldemort was finally a part of the plot. I feel like until this point, he was very much a background, abstract character. Order of Pheonix. This book was fine. It was fine. I gave it 3.5 stars. So long, and there was so much fluff that I didn't care about in this book. I just felt like this book was lacking in the fact that it was not interesting to me. Guys, this book. Half-Blood Prince. This book to me was fantastic. I love this book. I rated it 4.5 stars. Maybe it's because I'm a romance girly at heart. I loved the romance in this book. I loved how everyone was developing in their romantic relationships. Finally, Deathly Hallows. Now, before I read this book, I think I read 25 books in the year of 2023, and none of them were 5 stars, which is so upsetting, but this book rectified that for me. Deathly Hallows was the first book in 2023 that I gave 5 stars, and the only book in the series that I gave 5 stars. I rated this 5 stars, Allie. I think this is the best book in the series.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Did you finish?
No.
Okay, well, I give this a 5 stars. Never have I ever read the Harry Potter series. I love you guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye.